I went to a school where every morning, it was 8 o'clock, the door shut. If you were not inside the hall at 8 o'clock, oh, terrible things happened. But, so everybody went and they sat. And you would sit for about 5 minutes and listen to somebody talk. And then you would sit quietly for 2 minutes to think about what they said. And then the day started. And you could actually hear the sound of silence.
Beautiful song.
It was ringing sometimes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there would be shuffling, but every now and then they would get this sound of silence that would come up. Mm-hmm. And because we had this discipline of listening to somebody tell something that they thought was important, we kids just got used to the idea that that's what teaching was about. Someone said something and they gave you time to either think about it and then get on with it. Was a thought for the day. And then we ate together, and sometimes we talked about what the thought for the day was.
Gotcha.
And so that's what this is. It's just transmitting.
And that's another good point that you're making there, because it talks about what's the paradigm of education is that we have also changed into a new age in which, you see, Steve, there are only 2 or 3 questions worth asking in life. Mm-hmm. And they are the same questions everybody's been asking ever since Plato, Socrates, up to here. Is who am I? What am I doing here? Where am I going? There are only 3 basic questions. Every human being that has been given the tool of education will get to that question.
Right.
What we cannot do is force their way to those questions.
We discover it by saying,
give them the space,
right,
where those questions shall be found. Right. You see, but that's another good thing, because I mean, long before, and that's about the sage and the stage. Long before, we were used to someone choosing what we had to learn. That was how the scholastic was. And well, it did. I mean, if you were lucky to have good teachers, you will eventually find the right path quite easily.
And the sage would help you ask the question, who am I? Because he will eventually.
A sage in your days would be very much close to the Socratic approach, you know. They will be there, but they will be attentive that, I have to give them a chance, a choice, you know, among all this knowledge to find where they want to go. I understand. The problem is where that type of education continued to be the model, but then you didn't have the teachers.
And
then you had
we have money that comes into it, because the old sage on the stage was maybe 20 people in the room.
Oh, that's
now
true.
We have to have it so that the sage is taking care of 300 in university. So suddenly there's no relationship.
Yeah, that's true.
Socrates had a small group, didn't he?
Yeah, small group. Yeah. Very small, like 6 or 7 of his students. Oh, by the way, he would drink with them.
Of course, that's part of life.
Exactly.
There's no segregation.
No, they would philosophize. He would put them to bed, because he was a quite strong man, and barefooted, he then would walk through the streets of Greece, and he would preach his philosophy. He was a quite strong, remarkable man. Yeah, it was Greek. What do you have?
That's right.